Hey guys, welcome back to Kumasao Reviews. What we've got is another one from Iron Factory, 3 in a week, kind of crazy. Iron Factory's EX-37 Phantom. Now this is their homage to the Transformers G1 as well as IDW comic character Mirage. I've been told that this is apparently a nod to his IDW comic styled alt mode, and probably the styling of him as well. So he is a bit more, I guess, stumpy than the G1 iteration, which was pretty tall, pretty lanky. Honestly, the Classics, possibly Universe. No, I think it's actually Classics, like '07 Classics. Mirage, that's just a beautiful, beautiful toy. Like the mass shifting of it and stuff like that. To this day, it's probably my favorite Mirage toy ever. But this looks good for what it's worth. Really fits in with the Iron Factory line. Let's take a look at the height. It is somewhere between 3.5 and 3.25 inches from what I'm seeing. So I don't know exactly how to do that off the top of my head, but that's where it was at. It comes with his blaster, his shoulder cannon, as well as an alternate head. I believe that's the G1 toy styled head. But let's get these out of the way, give you guys a roundabout here. Actually zoom in a bit. Focus. And definitely not bad. Taking a look at the articulation really quick. Ball jointed neck, so you've got the up-down movement. Good amount of downward look. I really like that. Upward. And then it is 360, but this is a bit tight. Not only the joint itself, but just the clearance that you have. So just trust me, it does a 360. The shoulders, they are on the ball joint, so they do have the ability to go around, but when you're going in the back, because of these wheels back here, which are rubber, that's really cool. Like, I love that they emulated racing slicks. That's pretty neat. So 360 bicep. The elbow only goes to about 90 degrees there. All right, taking a look at the waist. And it's hard, man. It's hard after their dubé. I don't know how to pronounce it. They're Tarn. Having that ab crunch and stuff like that. You want it on every figure and for that to be a standard, but this doesn't have it. It also doesn't have wrist swivel, unfortunately. I believe it's because the wrists go inwards for the transformation, but it seems like there may have been something they could do about that. But alright. Back swing, front swing. Pretty average, I'd say. Not a lot of front swing. Actually place that flat so you guys can see it. Full thigh swivel. And the joints are tight, but they're like a good tight. They're not like that mold problem kind of tight where you feel like something's going to break. They're just really solid. Like, they still move really smooth. They're just tight. All right. So with the way the feet are configured, the ankle tilt is all in the front foot. And you can see they go back and forth plenty. Alright, so taking a look there. And you know what? We'll take a look at his alternate head as well. We'll see if we can't get that off just using our hand here by tilting it up. Yeah, it looks like it has room to go. Yep. Pops right off. And if you're not used to doing that, I mean, by all means, unscrew the head. Just be safe, but once you get used to doing it and just fitting the heads on at different angles, obviously without breaking ball joints and things like that, it's one of those learned skills. Maybe I'll make a video on that if you guys want to see that, because it really helps save some time. Alright, so there's that. Alright. Putting on that shoulder cannon, and that shoulder cannon can tilt up and down. So I want the blast arm in the back. This in the front. I'm sure I'm going to have to do that. Ugh, it's so tight. That clearance area. And I keep forgetting about that turnstile, but there we go. 1, 2, 1. See if some angle helps there. Yeah, definitely. And there we go. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get this guy transformed. Just using the instructions here. I've already removed the blaster as well as the shoulder cannon from there. Now it says that there should be 2 flaps over here on the side and the back, which you turn around, you see that? That's 1 flap. It's a little peg. That's 2 flaps. Alright. And then this piece here says to go ahead and flip that downwards. Now, has you rotate it back to the front. It says to bring this down. Now apparently this apparatus comes up. They had it come up without moving anything else. So they have that move there. Let's see if I can zoom out a little bit. Alright. So it has these 2 pieces come forward. Wow. That part moves back, so let's make sure we can move it around, forward, and then this part back. Alright, so that's what I've got. Now, it says to bring this out and then up, like so. Alright. Turn this around. It says flip that hood down. And then take this. You kind of see how it fits together. Okay. And then it says take these 2 pieces. Flip them up. So I mean that makes sense. It has these 2 things pointed this way. I'm sure that's going to be the bumper, which it is. And then it looks like you're supposed to be able to flip these guys around. What? No, the tires don't rotate on their own. Yes, they do. So rotate the tires downward. And then you have plenty of room to get that bumper together. All right. It tabs in like so. Okay. And from there, turn this around. It says flip these hands backwards. So I pop that off the ball joint. 1, 2. Well, flip the elbows backwards actually. So there you go. Okay. From there, kind of naturally did the next step. Fold those wrists in so it's flat right there. Now it's having us turn it back to the front. And then it's having us turn the elbows in like so. Get that flap out of the way. Like so. And from there it says bring it all in. So I'm bringing it all in. Alright. Now, there are pegs right here. 1, 2. So I'm gonna aim to get that pegged in. But something's blocking me here. What's blocking me? Okay. It's bringing it around that flap right above the waist. Alright. And then it naturally pegs in. So, perfect placement by Iron Factory. Good job, Iron Factory. Alright. You see I've got those 2 pieces flat too. And that was actually the next step, flattening those 2 pieces. That's kind of crazy. So, okay. From there, it says to turn the waist around. bring these wheels out, have the legs together, and then from there it says flip them around. Okay. Okay, and then from there, it looks like this whole thing comes around. Yeah. And then just make sure that the spoiler is tapped together. Flatten it out. And there we go. Just giving you guys a roundabout of the alt mode here. Nice stuff. And if you notice, no comparisons in this video. There will be plenty on the gallery on kumasao.com, along with the written breakdown and whatnot. Alright. So you saw I just flipped in the handle there. This pegs in here. This is blaster. And then that shoulder cannon pegs into the top of the blaster. That's pretty neat. I can dig it. Alright, zooming out a little bit here. Like I said, it comes with the full-on rubber tires. All wheels roll. And yeah, I will say this is actually pretty darn nice. I like the alt mode. It's kind of a Cybertronian-ish drag racer. But after the just plain... Tarn was just an awesome figure. Their Dub A or whatever it's called. That was awesome. Tyrant, more okay-ish as a figure, but it came with so many accessories that you kind of had this like wow factor right out of the box. And this, I would say it's more of the Autobot equivalent to their Wings of Tyrant, their Starscream figures and stuff like that, to where you kind of just have the figure, and the articulation's pretty plainish, and then, you know, one or two accessories. So it's kind of a down from those, but it's still a good solid toy in its own right. So that's my opinion on it. Check out the full breakdown article and gallery on kumasao.com. As for this video, like all of my videos, like, share, subscribe. I appreciate you guys' support, and I'll see you next review.